Can you go one more time without him doing it as well?
Un, dos, trois.
Un, dos, trois. Go one more time.
1, 2. All right. Yep.
No, give it a clap. There you go.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney.
Who has a cocaine problem.
He was back in rehab, right?
Yeah, he's back in rehab.
Oh, I haven't called him in a while. I need to check up with him. We're talking about like we personally know. Yeah, he's in rehab, right? Oh my god. He's taking care of his dog.
His ex, I think.
Okay, so we are. This is we're live. Yeah, we're live, and we are. Okay, well, nearly put that in. Episode 3. We're trying to get our shit together, guys.
We have headphones now.
We do have headphones now. We have the Unsolicited Truth. We got the podcast stuff. It's just putting it all together. It's not that. You listen. It's probably more simple for somebody who's versed in this, obviously. But when you're new, a lot of wires and
We don't know shit. We don't know anything.
No, we don't.
We need one of those like podcast for dummies books.
Yeah.
That'd be
They
good.
have that book.
No.
Like a quick one. No.
They might have a podcast though.
Cliff's
no?
Notes.
This is actually a really special episode because today was a surprise pop-in by
From
an
Andrew.
actual really special human being. And you want to know? I say that genuinely because I don't like a lot of people.
We don't.
Oh, that was really
I
sweet.
don't.
No.
You know what? I actually, not to sound weird, but like I don't think you like a lot of people. Really,
It doesn't.
it's not a
like she does.
surprise. I was like, I just don't think she likes a lot.
No,
of
she's
people.
actually very particular.
Very
It's like, no, man. She only has like maybe 4 people she likes.
I'm not. I'm
Thank you.
so true.
And I'm
4
like a
people.
maybe. I'm still on the maybe list.
You're-
I'm still like on the waiting list.
She's like, I picked you because Joe doesn't live in Miami.
We'll see what I tolerate.
I know.
And I'm
I like
doing
you
my
because I
best
never
to
see
be a
you.
better person. I
Thank
am.
you.
I really
Wait,
am.
She's like, I like you because I never see you. That's
No,
why I like you.
no, I
You're
like
not
it.
here.
No, I
Yes,
actually
because you
like
see me
him.
once a year.
I'm not.
That's fine. You don't hit your threshold of like, ugh.
Woo!
Ugh, I saw
Yeah.
you Tuesday. Why are you here again?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the key to becoming Tatiana's best friend. Don't be
don't
in
live
her
in
life.
Miami. Yeah, just
Don't be
live
in her
here.
life,
No.
in her line of sight.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I feel like I'm gonna be like
Show
the
up
anti-Richter.
for
I'm just
special
gonna sit
events.
here.
Show up for special
And
events.
communicate daily.
And love puppies.
Yeah, we can't not like animals.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of weird,
No. We'll fight.
yeah.
We will fight. Game on.
Game on. So Joe,
Dearest, I don't know if they can hear me. Yeah, hi, dearest.
I can hear you.
Okay, you
I
can
can
hear me.
you see how that works?
See, technical difficulties. We're just figuring this out. We don't even have a third mic for crying out loud.
Yeah, we do. It's literally off camera, guys. I see it. Let's not pretend. I see it. But it's fine. We'll leave
We'll
it
have
there.
headphones.
No, I don't need headphones. I
All
think
right,
it's
so
okay.
Joseph.
I live with headphones on.
Joseph,
That's
tell the
okay.
world what you do for a living. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joe. I've known Dre his entire life.
Joe's cool.
Seriously, he's
There
known
you
me,
go. See,
he's
that's
known me
what I like
since
to know.
I was, what, like 5, 7,
About
8, 9? Yeah, right.
somewhere between 5 and 8.
Yeah, exactly.
like-
Between 5 and
Like 40 years.
8. Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That age
that's-
is quick.
That is accurate and
Um,
hurtful.
and then you met what 7 years ago? About 7?
Me?
Yeah.
Is it that long ago?
Has it been 7 years?
No. Yeah, sure.
Been
Yeah.
kind of long.
Another plus side of never seeing Joe. You don't see how long it's been since you've known him. For you, it's just yesterday.
Really?
Yesterday.
Kinda cute.
Oh, my Joseph seems so far away.
I feel bad because she's singing right now. You guys should be listening to that. Not
No.
really.
She sings all the time. It's
Oh.
not
Bro.
for her voice.
But I'm in LA, so I'm not really around that often.
Dude, you're the cool
But
kids.
I'm not. one
You
of
are the one of the cool kids. You
He's
might have.
actually the coolest person I know.
Not. No. Whoa. Slow down. Slow down. We both know my brother, so.
No, Nick has been through shit, and I respect and honor him in his existence.
Oh no! Wait, you have to tell
Let's do
everybody
that.
what it is you do.
Oh, I've told everyone. I hang out with you guys.
He's
Okay.
very modest.
He's being really modest. He
Super
travels the world. He gets
Yeah.
to hang out with people that other people really want to hang out with, and
Like that.
yeah,
Like me.
sure.
See?
Oh, I love
Look at
that.
that, see?
I'm number one.
Yes, we're celebrities.
No, oh, we should talk about Nick. I love Nick. The things that you put him through when you were a kid.
My little brother, my baby brother.
Holy shit. My favorite story with Nick is so wholesome. One day.
What's the age difference?
5 years. I think it's 5
Did you
years.
torture a little bit?
Torture?
A little bit. She's
A
like,
little bit. I'm about to tell you a story.
Yeah. The kid was raised in a gulag.
Oh no, he was
bad.
beaten. No, one time Joseph had him stand on top of the roof of his house with an umbrella, and he was gonna jump. He's like, I don't want to do it. I don't do it. If you don't do it, you don't love me. It's like, I love you, Joe. And then he jumped off.
So that was like
and he
a
broke his
precursor
leg.
to how I dealt with relationships.
Oh no, wait. He said it's like if you don't jump, I'm not gonna love you. And he literally said, "Love me, Joe." And he opened the umbrella, fell, broke his leg.
You see,
Shattered
boys are
pieces.
very. This is the difference right here.
Oh no, we were.
How old
yeah.
were you when that happened?
I was like a year ago. It was like, I don't know, like I was like probably 12, 13.
Okay, so at
Yeah,
that,
no, we
at
were
that
super
age, so
young.
my brother.
No. We're
So my brother
we're
and
still
I-
assholes.
No, my brother-
I couldn't vote at the time, so like, it was young.
So my brother and I are 8 years apart.
Okay, so
older.
what is it? Okay.
And you know, as an older person, it's your responsibility to let them know what the world is like. So you're training them, kind of. I was more psychological. You were more physical. I noticed it's a boy thing. See, so
Yes.
so my brother, I would like to catch him in unsuspecting moments. So when he was like, you know, as a kid, you have those mats. The boys have the mats of like the city and the roads and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So he would be playing like in a corner or something like that, and I would take raisins, and I would take them and I'd put them like all around him, but really quietly. So that way, because he had this scream that was a very unique scream. It was fucking hilarious, and it was so unique that every time my mom heard it, she knew I was doing something to him. So it was a very high pitched woman scream, and so David would go like this. He'd be
Damn, you said his name too. Like,
Yeah,
totally called him out.
Oh no, we love doing that. Yeah. It's
So
like,
David
we're
was
not
a lot
gonna
of
name his
estrogen
name.
in him, right?
Well,
So-
yeah,
We're not gonna name his name, and then 20 minutes in, Eddie did this.
Anyway, so when he pees himself, it was
No, listen.
I'm sorry, David.
So I would,
That's shitty. That is shitty.
So he
Love
would, you would check him out like this. I'd be in the corner and I'd kind of be watching, and then he'd be like, and he'd start screaming. He thought
I
they
can't
were.
even scream in that
He
bitch.
thought they were roaches. He thought they were roaches. He thought they were bugs. So then my mom from downstairs, Puerto Rican crazy mom, would be like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, Tatiana! And I'd be like picking up all the raisins.
Stop.
Stop crying. Stop being a little bitch, bro.
Yeah, you were the dude.
You know what's funny?
I never really pranked my siblings. I mean, one time I shaved Marco's eyebrow.
Well, this was the thing
I
that my
remember that.
dad started.
Yeah, I remember
but the
that.
thing is that you guys were very much
Again,
on the same
physical.
age.
I love
It's a physical thing.
Jumping off
Joe
the
would put
roof,
us. No,
shaving
Joe
an
would put us
eyebrow.
through hell. Joe would put
Well,
us
yeah,
through hell.
because I
when we were
consider
younger.
them little brothers as
Like
well.
straight up, he would put us through hell. Like I remember one time we were in our house and he knew where my father put his nude magazines. He ran into the
I
room
thought he said
as my
nude
maid and everyone
magazines.
there, and he fucking ran in there, grabbed all his Playboys and just threw them all over the living room. And I was like, Joe, no, Jesus! He was like, and he just ran away.
Chaos was fun when you were a kid.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of chaos.
Okay,
Yeah.
so our dad started this. So my dad was very psychological in his raising us. It was horrible.
He dug into us at an
No,
early
but
age.
it was great because you didn't need to beat your children if you scared them psychologically.
Oh, shit.
So I remember I had a fear of snakes. I didn't want to do garden work, and my dad was really big on if you live here, you contribute. So I had to. He woke up at 4:30 in the morning, and since my brother was much younger,
Yeah.
I assumed the responsibility of having to wake up and pull weeds and mow the lawn. And for a girl kid, that's like, you're like, why am I being
Were you in the
punished?
States?
Like, it was what?
Were you here in the States?
Yeah, Miami.
That's
And
wild.
so bro, I was like, fucking hey, bro. So
She had to tend to the fields.
I
This
never,
sounded like you were
I-
working
She had to
farm
milk.
in San Juan.
She's
You're
like, I
like-
had to milk the cows.
Listen.
I had to wake up the rooster.
I had to wake up the rooster to wake them up.
Fuck up.
I
Hey,
used to-
motherfucker.
Well, I have a hard time sleeping. I always have. I've never been a person, even since I was a kid, that could sleep. I never was. I was up at 3 in the morning trying to like look at the party and like see what was going on. So I've just always had that problem. So my dad would wake up very early, and I was like, I go, okay, I would never wake up. So he had a routine. Whereas he'd come in and he'd say, hey, wake up, it's morning, right? And then he'd close the door. And then he would come back in like 10, I don't know what the time was, but he'd come back and he's like, hey, time to wake up. And then I still didn't get up, so then he would take the covers and then whip him out of the room and put the fan and AC on high, so that way I would need to get up. And so that became really old for him. So I have a phobia of snakes. Unnatural phobia
and
of
it's
snakes.
so terrible that she's saying that it's the second time. Now everyone knows.
Yeah, no, it's true though. It's true, but it is
Click,
true.
click.
Oh no, yeah, I'm saving it for
Hold on a
later.
second.
Not this year.
Hold on a second. I'm not done with the story. Hold on a second. I haven't told you this. But so my dad went and got garden snakes
Jesus.
Actual garden snakes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
and released them in the house.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And,
What's
so he was like, and then he was like, hey, listen, if you feel something slithering, it might be a garden
What
snake,
is
but don't
that?
worry, they're harmless. And I swear to
What
God.
is this technique though? Like submersion or something? This is a technique where it's like you're afraid of spiders, they dunk you in a bucket full of spiders.
Every time I felt even a sheet go like something, I was like, look at that. But I was up every morning, so like.
Give the man credit for being creative. A creative way of waking you up, because apparently, like, freezing is not going to get you out of bed. 2, he never lied to his kids.
Yeah.
They are harmless.
He gave you the heads
They
up.
are harmless. He's kind of like, you
He
don't
did,
have to
he
be
was
scared.
like,
That's
they're
on you.
harmless.
If
That's
you
on
jump out of
you.
bed, that's on you.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
This is probably why you have trouble sleeping, by the way.
I did before now, and then I really did.
I love that she was like, I just could never sleep. I always wanted to see the party at 3 a.m. And I'm like, who's throwing parties at 3 a.m. while the kid's sleeping? You're probably your parents. Probably, yeah, okay. She's like, I was
My
just trying to sneak out and look at the party.
Your
I'm
hippie
like,
grandparents
it's
and
at
her
3
hippie
a.m.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, what?
I wouldn't
It's like
sleep
not
either.
a thing?
No, it's not.
Actually, my parents at like 3 a.m. they would have rancheros in El Salvador.
Really?
Yeah, like one night I actually woke up at 3 a.m. to full like, oh yeah, in the middle of the living room.
I can
God.
imagine your dad. I mean,
My mother.
I hope he's not watching, but I was like, yeah, your dad goes hard.
Oh yeah,
He
used
went
to.
hard and probably still goes hard. I can imagine.
He used to
at 3
party
in the
hard.
morning,
Now he works hard.
He's
Dude,
still like,
a little bit away from the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
he's probably like out of his mind. But you know, my dad was like 85 when I was like 3, so 9 o'clock. He was in bed, and I had to be in bed.
Yeah.
Like, take my eyes closed and he's like, just go to bed for 8 hours.
Oh no, we ran him up.
Okay, so up until
You ran
I
him
was 6, I was raised by mostly my grandparents, right? Because my mom was working double jobs and she was, bartending, all this stuff. And I was always with my grandparents, which was great because I love my grandparents, right? But so my grandfather was
She has
an
the best
auto
grandparents.
grandfather was an
They're super
auto
chill.
body mechanic, and my grandmother was a paraprofessional, which is a teacher for
Okay.
anybody that has any kind of mental handicap or disability. And this can range from somebody being born with a disability to an adult being hit by a car and they became disabled.
Mhm.
So they need to be monitored 24 hours a day, and then there's schools for that. So that's what she used to do.
What was the name of the thing?
It's called a paraprofessional.
Paraprofessional. Okay.
Yeah. And so it was really sad because there was a kid that was like 17. I remember the story being young, and this is one of those stories that they warn you about, that they're like, this is why we tell you wear helmets. The kid was 17. I think he was like on his bike or something. Somebody hit him with a car. Or he didn't even get hit by anything. He fell off and he hit his head and he became, needed all the help. So it's like when they would come home, they would chill. Like they would chill and party. And every single weekend, a Puerto Rican thing, all the families got together at somebody's house, one of the cousins' house, and it was fucking salsa music and party and everybody. And I mean big, like weekend.
Have to go to bed. Not really.
No. They would send us to the back. They had a shed for us. They had a shed in the
They
back.
had a
that
shed?
They put down. No, I'm serious. We weren't allowed in the house. We weren't
Wow.
allowed in the house.
This took a twist.
Yeah,
this took a
This is
twist.
suddenly an SVU episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a shed. Yeah, we had all the knives above us. Dead carcasses.
They're like, play outside. Go
Let's
outside.
go outside.
Play tag. Something. Like,
This wouldn't fly today.
I'm really honestly.
No,
It's
no,
not until this
no,
conversation
this will
with
be
you
a-
that I was like, that's normal, right?
Yeah,
You
sure.
know?
Cancel
You're like,
me.
no, it's
No,
not.
none
But
of
then
this.
when my mom met my dad, David,
In this day and
Let's
age.
put together a 6 o'clock till 5 a.m. when she was forced to get up and milk cows. Tatiana's life was basically like, yo, go to the back to the shed while we party. Then they expect her to sleep while she's still trying to like watch this party. Then her dad's like, yo, I'm gonna crank the AC down. Fuck this child up. Then throw garden snakes in her room.
Put snakes in her room.
It's insane. I totally get her now. Like,
Now I understand why she's so traumatized.
and why David had like this estrogen type scream.
This always.
It's insane, but I get it.
It
now.
triggers her when she hears that pitch.
I only have like 2 or 3 of those in the day, like, and then I really can't.
oh
handle
my
it.
god.
Oh my god, that's right.
But we get it now.
I can't believe this is not a normal thing.
This is not a normal thing.
Okay, so look.
I love the fact that they birthed you so you could do the labor so they
listen,
could party.
My mom and my stepdad did.
She's like, but it's not done.
No, it's not done. It's not. No,
Let's
so
get to
my
8
mom-
o'clock.
Wait, there's more.
This is why I appreciate white people. Okay? Like, I'm serious.
I hope that's the name of this episode, why we appreciate white people.
Okay? They're all bad. Alright, so look. Like my mom met my stepdad David, who immediately was like the best dad ever. And it's really incredible to me when I think about it because I didn't know. When I reflect on it, my dad David and my mom was 26. My mom had me when she was 20. And met my dad David when she was 26.
How old was David?
27. 27. And he was like vice president of some Care Florida insurance something like, and he was like,
white job.
so he was a super white job,
Super white job.
making 6 figures that I had no idea how
Super
much that
white
was,
salary,
like, super white
yeah.
salary,
White.
and
White.
like he met my mom, and from the moment that he was in my life, he was just automatically a good dad. He was really, honestly, like the best dad. And so when him and my mom started dating, he was like, she's gonna go to bed at this time, and she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you go to bed early. That's how this works. And I'm like, you're not my dad?
You're not my dad, David.
She's looking at like, who's gonna tend to the roosters?
He's like, we have people for that.
We
You have your father for your
Exactly.
father
I'm
for
gonna
that.
do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I
What?
don't understand.
And
Is
he
this
was
a
the one-
test?
He's the
No.
kind of guy that it sounds like he's like, when she's like, but I have to wake up, and he's like, babe, you need 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night for a child to develop. And you're like, that's the whitest thing I've ever heard. And I agree with
And
you.
this is also why I
This is the
am
most
the way
vanilla
I am.
shit I've ever heard in my life.
No, so he would be the one, he would legit be the one that would wake me up in the morning, tuck me in at night, read me Charlotte's Web, a chapter every night. Like, he was
Wow.
a great dad.
So two extremes.
But he was great because you knew not to fuck with him. I respected him.
I love
I did. True story. My mom and I have a mom and daughter relationship.
Oh,
you know?
what?
That's
What?
crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Easy.
And
That is
so,
crazy. In this day and age?
After they got divorced,
In this economy?
after they got divorced, I actually went to go live with my dad,
Oh.
and I fucking got a hickey.
Oh my.
Okay, listen, I was like 15.
Where?
On my neck.
Okay.
So I got a hickey.
I don't know. What do you mean?
And
There are
you
other
know, as a
places.
kid, you don't think that in summer, when you always wear tank tops and shit, when you start wearing long things and having your hair in certain places, and he's very smart, he's not an idiot. So, this is how smooth he is, okay? This is like, think about what your reaction would be if you saw a hickey on your daughter. Like, would you
Oh.
explode? What would you say? Like, no, my dad,
I think I'd start drinking again.
like, listen.
Well, Dre would be like, I'm not even gonna go there.
No.
Go ahead, man. You know better.
So my dad was
I'd
like,
die. I don't know what I'd say.
No. My dad was like,
That'd be the end of the
so,
world.
he's like, what's going on with your neck? And I'm like, huh? Because I thought I had it covered. And he's like,
You fool.
he's like, yeah, I see you've been wearing Band-Aids and you've been, and I was like, oh, no. Ding, genius. It's a rash.
Nice.
And then my dad goes, oh, it's a rash.
Good recovery.
Oh, okay.
Good recovery.
We go, let me let you in on a little secret. And I'm like, feeling victorious, right? He's like, rashes develop on top of the skin, not underneath it.
La 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 la.
He goes, so we'll talk about later what it really is. But you go to your room now and we'll save it.
That's super awkward.
And I was like,
Super white.
and I was like,
That's the most seventh heaven shit I've ever heard.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the Camdens.
Yeah.
Remember those
Oh
guys?
my
I
God.
miss those guys.
But he was great. He actually, when I was 8 years old,
I think you were the perfect litmus test. You really are the perfect like litmus test, is to be like, how are Latin dads and white dads different?
it's so fucking
You
true.
have two
It's-
comparisons right
It
there.
really
Yeah.
is. My Latin dad,
Would it beat you?
yes.
Probably, yeah.
It would probably be you.
Yeah, no, there's no question. It would have happened.
There's just no question.
No question.
But then again, you probably
She's
wouldn't have
like-
done the hickey because you were still tending to the roosters. You wouldn't have had the time.
You wouldn't have had
It's
it.
a
I
good
actually moved back in with my mom after that conversation because I was so terrified of what was going to happen.
Really?
And I was like, Mom, I think we're cool now. I'm going to come back home.
It's like, listen, I fucked up here. Can I come home? Love you. Straight up, I love you. Factual.
I'm sorry, Jack. I want to come home now. Hey, baby, what's our
Listen, I didn't make a
forecast?
mistake. I'm just telling you, I'm coming home.
So, Yeah, but I mean, he was a great dad, and it made me knowing him and having him in my life really shaped me to be a better person in who I am, because I think I would have been a real crazy bitch if I hadn't had that.
Yeah, it kind of leveled you out.
That
it leveled you.
grounding
You still got the crazy in you, but thankfully
You've
the
been
common
whitened out a
sense
little bit.
actually weighs up.
You know, one of the greatest things that he ever did for me, and I want to say this to any like parent out there that's listening to this, so that my mom was like, my dad was like, I have a tradition in my family that we would all go away to Camp Winnetasca in Alabama, and it would be like a 2-3 week thing in the summer, and you learn how to canoe, you learn how to make fires.
That was some really white shit. I'm sorry, that's really camp shit of what?
You know, this entire time I was like,
Camp what the fuck?
that was kind of like she's Latin. She's one of us. She's not that much like us.
I didn't grow up like this.
I'm like,
I didn't grow up like this. I grew up on the streets, man.
She isn't us. Like, she might be in Miami and
Talk about my
everything.
good past in a different. We'll talk about that on the Patreon, okay?
Honestly, this growing up, Tatiana,
I like that the free version is the white version.
That's
great.
Vanilla.
Yes.
The free version is the vanilla.
No, but listen. So
you want some chocolate?
He basically said I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old, and he was like, okay, you're gonna go away to summer camp, and I was like, I don't want to go. And Alabama, I don't want to go. And then, so like, my mom was like, she doesn't have to go if she doesn't want to. And he's like, this is in a character building thing. She's going. And I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Don't make me go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I had a fucking nervous breakdown, bro. They flew me there, dropped me off, and I was crying the entire time. Like, why are you doing this to me? I made my mom a wreck. And I wrote to her the first 2 or 3 days, like every day on the hour.
Hello, Father. Here I am.
Camp counselors were like seeing me every day. I was so like, and then after the 3rd day, like this particular counselor, Angel was her name. She was like, listen, let's go explore. Let's go see this. Let's do that. And I was like, okay. And I went out with her. I made friends. I learned how to make campfires. We like went on. It was incredible.
Did it build character?
It did.
But
guess what? I stopped writing my mom. So my mom was convinced something happened to me.
Oh my gosh, then she went to go get me.
I love that she just assumes if something happens to my daughter, the camp is not going to tell me. She just disappears.
I haven't had a letter in 24 hours.
So my mom...
Jason Voorhees is
She
there.
hasn't written me in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Apparently she's dead and the camp just is like, oh well, fuck you.
The whole camp has been butchered. Max murder, I've seen the movie.
This
I'm on
is
the
the
way.
Puerto Rican mentality. My dad's like, she's fine. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's like, nope, something's wrong. So she started calling the camp, and they had called me into the office so that I could take the phone call, because there's no cell phones at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm fine, bro. Why? Leave me alone. I ended up getting fucking chickenpox.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
So you had the full experience.
I had the full experience.
The
I
full
get
camp
chickenpox.
experience.
I go,
Besides the axe murder.
I'm like, I'm not
Besides-
feeling well. They give me this
That's the fun part.
needle thing, and then they're like, oh, you've got chickenpox. You need to go. And I'm like, go where? And they're like, home. And I was like, in Florida?
You got
And
I don't want to go to Florida.
and they're like,
But I'm home now.
no, so basically.
But I love the fact that they on the way over, fuck this place, you gotta go. No.
No. So I'm like,
But I have family here now.
no, right? So they
They treat
basically
me well.
put me in a sweater and put me on a plane and to cover me so that you couldn't see my chickenpox, and put me on a plane back to Miami.
She probably looked like an addict.
Oh my
Going
God.
to like a halfway house. She's like on the plane with a hoodie going,
8 years
So
old.
they
8
hid you
years old.
in the
no,
back
no.
of a plane with
no,
a virus.
they gave, like, 'cause you know you have to have somebody fly with you.
yeah.
They hid
So-
they hid you in the back of a plane with a virus.
Yeah.
Covered it up.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They
It
did.
sounds like something.
It did.
Sounds like something we
The
went
beginning
through.
of
This
Contagion.
is why you wear masks.
This is
people.
contagion. You are contagion.
Let this be a story as to the things that are floating around in
If
the air.
my child ever sent me like, send that letter, not a letter, but like, you know, the first letter.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, I hate you, and why am I this? And I would frame it. I'd be like, oh, you're
Oh,
my
that would be
flowers
a
later.
I can't
I
believe they
like-
didn't. Oh my
I would have
god.
framed it. I would have been like,
You think
if
they
my
just
wife is
fucking
like, oh
threw
my
it
god, look at the our program. I'm like, no, this is great.
I would be laughing over it, framing
Yeah,
it, taking
it's
Polaroids of it because that's back.
I
in the day.
missed.
What the hell's wrong
What the hell are
with
you doing?
I missed.
Did it go all the way into your pants?
How did you get it under your shirt?
I
Try.
missed.
She tried.
Jesus, that's a skill. What's wrong with you?
Can you give me the napkin there?
No, it's too
I'll be
cold.
right back.
Have you guys ever smelled coffee crotch? It's pretty
I'm
bad.
sorry, man. I knew this wasn't gonna work out,
Oh
man.
my god.
It's just coffee. How did you know it's not going to work out?
I'm so sorry.
Where-
And now, a message from our sponsors.
Where are the paper towels?
They're right on top of the fridge.
No,
they're not. They're all right. I'll just use.
Oh,
Those.
okay. There
No,
you
they're
go.
not. I'm gonna use that.
I use. Okay, cool. Here.
Thanks,
So now it's me and Joe.
No, it's just us.
Just us.
So we're gonna chat about
All right. So
Dre for a minute.
yes. What's your funniest story with Dre?
Funny story with Dre would have to be, man, there's a lot of really good ones where I've thought, oh, he's not gonna be my friend after this one.
I've had a few of those.
I've got a couple of them. Tell me yours first.
No, I asked the question first. Don't try to do that.
Damn it.
I see what you're doing.
You see what I'm doing here. What?
My interview.
Fine. The worst.
Hurry before he comes.
Okay, fine. Do I have a pee joke that he's done? Well, the one where he misremembered the I like how I call them nude magazines. Like he's trying to like politicize the issue and just be so diplomatic. No, they were porno rags. They were like, yeah. And he was collecting them from his dad, who had just a ton, and he hid them in a corner space in the ceiling. So they were hiding in the ceiling.
How the fuck did he find
I
it?
just figured it was easier for him. I was like, dude, if you ever want to see one of his magazines, just go into his room and grab it. But he was like, no, I'm going to steal them, and I'm going to hide them in a little thing in the ceiling.
Oh, you're talking about my father's
Yes,
magazine.
because you misremembered that part. And what happened was when
I never saw what you did in the room.
No, it wasn't in the room. It was in the hallway.
Oh,
And
in
then
the
we were
hallway.
waiting. We were hanging out, and then I saw his dad was pulling up in the driveway, and I was like, you know what would be funny?
Oh, you put him in the rafter.
In the rafter, in the ceiling, and I went,
right.
bah, 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 and I knocked them all on the floor.
No, not on the floor. You put him on the couch.
So,
In the middle of the living room.
well, that's
You
that's
spread
a
him all over
different
the
story.
couch, right in front of me.
No, when I knocked them down.
That was terrible.
And you didn't know how to, because I had locked the dad's door, so he couldn't even put him back in the thing.
I was like, what do I do?
And what does he do? And that's the first time that I had ever heard your brother's high-pitched scream. He went, no,
It
was terrible.
That was the first time I remember having anxiety.
Was it?
You gave me anxiety.
Oh, I'm so happy.
You started it.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much for starting my anxiety, because now I live with chronic anxiety. So whenever I have anxiety, I think of Joe. I'm like, how's he doing? I can't breathe.
So, okay.
I hate when I'm criticized by friends when I do jokes like that. They go, why would you do that? And I'm like, is that not normal to just kind of bring
No,
chaos
the
into the world?
things that we did when we were younger, I don't think anybody else did.
No.
Like one time, you actually wanted to make a movie, and you taped firecrackers to our heads.
Yes, this is.
It was really ingenious, but I don't think anybody did that as a youthful child.
No. And then you survived. It's still.
I know, exactly. But it really did look like you shot me in the head, though. It's pretty cool. Firecrackers.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Firecrackers. Oh, so I learned something yesterday. Can you pull up the notes? So on the podcast, what I always want to do is share some kind of information that maybe people don't know. I love Rogan for kind of bringing all kinds of different people on and having
That
different
guy.
topics, things that I wouldn't
Random.
normally.
He's a swell
Wait.
guy.
He's a swell
Hey,
guy.
listen, even
I
the
like
chicks,
Rogan too.
even the chicks dig him. Like I like what he has to say. I really do.
What I love about Joe Rogan is even if you're beat up and shitty and bloody all over the octagon floor, he'll be like, "What's up?
He
You
sits
doing
in this
good?"
chat.
I love the way
It's like
he
I can't move my
because
jaw.
He's very
Yeah.
good with his words. How he says things, how he frames them, so as not to be, this is my opinion, rather this is the information that's provided. I really like that he does that. So I'm really big. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yes.
I love. I would love to have like a fucking quarter, an iota of his mental framing. So I was actually looking. I was watching something from him, and then my mind wandered into like there are 8 types of intelligences.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Joseph is smart. He's ahead of the game.
Can you?
He's read
What,
all
do you know
all
what
the
they
books.
are?
Off the top of my head, I can't. I can start catching up when you start. saying
Listen,
them.
all
I
the
can
books
remember.
that you have yet to read.
His
He's
lobster
already read.
theorems. He's got a lot of things that he does in his books.
Oh, no.
Some things I go, it's cool. Some things I go, that sort of exists in a vacuum. That doesn't
Right.
exist like in a, as an absolute.
Right.
But yeah, I know Jordan Peterson. I like watching Jordan Peterson and Sam
I
Harris
like
have their
watching him
debates.
in debates.
In debates, yeah. him and Michael Shermer and Sam Harris. Just watch those things, guys.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
really
good.
great. It's
Write
really
those,
great.
write those names
Turn us
down.
off and start watching them. It's so
but
good.
Yeah,
okay.
forget us. That's enough of us. Just go watch them.
They said that there's 8 types of intelligence, and I was like, okay, cool. It's good to hear them, but it's like there's linguistic, which is an intelligence that is usually you'll find people that are journalists, poets, writers are linguistic. It takes a skill to write.
Yes.
Like
to
Eddie,
write well.
And my brother can do that. Marco, he can do that 100%.
I think everybody would know off the top of their heads logical and mathematical. That's obviously scientists, mathematicians. That is
intelligence.
that is really a different kind of intelligence. This was actually surprising, and I liked it. Music. It's called music intelligence. Not everybody has it. You don't have to be good at music. Like you don't have to have a good voice, but you have intelligence in music, in rhythms, in tones,
Sure.
and in voice. They said I was like, that's pretty cool. This one was surprising to me. Spatial intelligence.
Like a spatial awareness?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is people who play chess. That means in close proximity they can.
That's definitely not
They
me.
can map
You know
out
that.
something,
That's not
and
me. That's not me,
it also applies to,
I can barely play checkers.
but it also applies to large vicinities. So like pilots
Yes.
and people that have to scan, and so that which usually goes with logical and mathematical. Then there is body and calisthenics intelligence, which is some people's bodies, which are dancers, athletes, craftsmen. They usually know how to use their body to figure things out.
Should not.
Yeah.
Your guy.
Yeah. And then there's interpersonal intelligence, knowing yourself, knowing who you are. That's normally a confident person, normally a leader. You will see has a lot of, they know how to talk to people. They know how to like persuade. They know how, they just have a natural ability. They're really good in sales. Then there's interpersonal, I think I did that one. So that's understanding of oneself. Then there's a naturalist intelligence, which is knowings of the natural world outside. Like Darwin, being aware of your surroundings, your environment, being able to identify plants. Like that's, I didn't know that was a thing. And then he said there's additional but not proven teaching intelligence. Not everybody knows. He goes, have you ever noticed that you go to see somebody that you really like speak, and then you're like, oh fuck, it's horrible listening to them. They don't really know how to engage and talk to people in a way that makes them want to learn. Jordan Peterson is incredibly gifted for me at, I love the way he speaks because I don't feel like I'm being taught a lesson. I feel like I'm,
You're hearing someone talk, and before you know, you go, I've come away with some information that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, applicable information.
Applicable information.
And then they said there's existential intelligence. And this is, again, one that's not proven, but they feel it is a strong threshold. So those are philosophers. What does it mean to love? They go ask these 2 questions and see if you can answer them. What does it mean to love?
You're actually asking.
You're
Oh,
asking.
sorry.
I was just listening and enthralled by this conversation. What does it mean to love?
Yeah, like what's in your mind, and your everybody has different ideas, but that's a general.
What was it called? What's that? It's existential intelligence.
Yeah,
It's that concept of when someone says, how do you quantify love? Or they have these questions and you go, whoa.
Yeah.
I never thought that way.
Kind of hits me because I'm like, how do I?
Why do we die?
Why do we die?
Why do we die? Because time's up.
Well, someone who has naturalist intelligence says it's a breakdown of organism.
That's basically why do we die?
Why do we die might have an existential intelligent answer. It can have a naturalist answer.
How did we die is a different.
How did we die?
How did we die?
How did we die?
Why do we die?
Joe, how did we die?
How did we die?
Is this some kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Tenet.
No, the one with the spinning.
Inception.
Inception.
How did we die? In my dream.
That's really the question. Why do we die?
Have you seen the new? What's the one you just said?
Inception.
Have you seen the new Inception with Denzel Washington? It's not Inception, but it's very Inception-like. Inception, like Tenet. I didn't know that was Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's a pretty great actor.
He didn't take the name.
He did a good job. Okay.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, there were some moments that were very Denzel. I was like, of course, that's his son. But
I won't blame him. I will say the script just was not written to have a strong character. I mean, the guy doesn't even have a
Yeah.
name.
No, he doesn't. He's just hero or
Protagonist.
Protagonist, yeah.
protagonist.
I
Yeah,
think-
that was
Chris Nolan was
It's
like,
like,
how
we're
do I
really
write
not
a
gonna care about
really,
you.
how do I write an
Wait a
idea
minute.
without
Joe's here. I
Uh-oh.
want to touch on what we talked about in the last episode.
Which one?
That fucking Batman movie.
that fucking Batman movie?
Which Batman
The
movie?
fucking Batman movie with the stupid fucking ending that nobody goddamn understands. Sorry,
Oh,
Bob.
she's really sick
Nobody
and tired
understands.
of. No. Are you talking about Justice League again?
My favorite part is that she goes,
Justice League.
that Batman movie. And I'm like, there's like
I
57.
don't know. There's
The
like
one
at
that
least
sucks.
50, there's at least 100.
The Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah, the Zack
Actually,
Snyder.
the
Basically,
Justice
she
League
got
was
pissed
better.
off. She got pissed off at the fact that Martian Manhunter specifically. Who the fuck is this guy? I kept telling her, it's like, yo, dude,
Hold up a
it's
second.
like
Wait, you
Zack
have to set
Snyder.
the premise. You've seen it, right?
So I have not seen it.
No,
Okay, let me just.
I will never
Let me-
watch it.
he's not gonna want to
He
see it. So
knows-
this
he
is
knows-
spoilers. No, we can talk about it. He's
Let
like,
me
these
help
are
you
spoilers.
out.
He's like, fucking
There's
whatever.
a lot of a movie that you don't understand, and it's very dark, and you've kind of seen it before, but it's in a
Yeah.
little bit of a different way.
Yeah.
So that ends, and you're like, okay,
And then,
And then
the last.
suddenly-
Yeah.
completely alternate from what just happened. They show all the motherfuckers alive and together, and Joker with
At-
greasy teeth.
No, at the end of the
talking
movie,
to this
basically,
guy.
okay,
And I'm
basically.
I swear to God, I was yelling at the TV, and I was like, wait a minute. I
They
literally
just
was
didn't
like,
know how to end the
did I
movie,
miss-
so they just
did I
kept
miss
shooting out
something?
cool scenes
So I rewound it,
randomly.
and then I fast forwarded, and I was like, no, I didn't miss anything. So then I had to call him to be like, yo, there's
What the fuck
okay.
is
First
going
of all,
on?
they just had a major war. Everybody's been at war. Everybody's fucked up.
Basically,
and then
it's shot
Ben
to the
Affleck
future.
wanders to his balcony, so suave and sweet, Batman, and
Yeah.
a fucking Martian alien floats over to him, and he's just like, oh hey, what's up?
Yeah,
Like,
Martian
it's not
Manhunter just comes
yeah.
out like, if ever you
It's
need
like
me,
the-
I'm here.
if
It's
every-
like,
after
motherfucker,
the
we needed you
war,
like 20 minutes ago when we were
it's-
fighting Darkseid. What's wrong with your ass?
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Because
That's why
basically
I
Zack
never
Snyder and
watched
DC bank on the idea that a
That's
lot of
why I
their
don't watch it.
no, it's like they bank on the idea that a lot of their fucking viewers are actually know what's going on, like comic book savvy individuals.
His whole thing was that he thought it was clever to put in Martian Manhunter because like the fans will like it, and I go, but
there was no
coming
premise.
from like LA and like just reading scripts every day, you go, scripts have to follow a structure. And
I know.
He just doesn't. He
There
just
was no
goes.
premise. It was just randomly
Actually,
here's
you know
Martian
what? You're
Manhunter.
right. You're
It just
right.
doesn't
It's
follow
like,
any
it's like
structure. It
honestly, it's like they took this part and then just
Yeah.
put it all the way at the end.
Yeah, and-
Honestly, I felt like it was an editing fuck up, and I had to tell myself. This goes through
My favorite
thousands
part
of
is that-
people before it goes to anywhere. This can't be a mistake.
No, it's not a mistake.
No, it's not.
this
It's
is
like
really
it's like I
well
said.
said.
They basically just jam packed the ending with scenes that they didn't know where to put in the
They
movie.
don't know where to put it, so you just keep.
It's
doing
like
it.
it's like that scene that you were talking about with Joker. That was like a flash forward
You
into
know
the
that it was
future
always all
where
shot
everything's
on his
dead.
driveway. That whole
It's such
scene
a
was
shame
shot on
it's
his
Jared
driveway.
Leto.
It's pronounced Leto.
Let go. I think it's let go.
Jared
The
Leto.
G's silent.
I love Jared Leto. You know, cool
I
guy.
actually like him.
I liked him
I
in
like
30
his
Seconds of
music.
War.
I think he's pretty, and I think he's a pretty actor.
He has a really great voice.
And there's
Bury me,
listen, he's
bury
not a
me.
De Niro. He's not a De Niro, but for being a singer and going into it, he does.
I am finished.
He's better at fashion and music, I think, maybe, but he's pretty. And
He's pretty. He's pretty.
She's emphasized it 5 times, so.
He looks really good in a Gucci outfit
I
that he
just
just saw
don't
on a
think the
runway.
Joker, when you're following,
Heath
Heath
Ledger.
Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like, you can.
You gotta bring something else.
They
to
did
it.
I know.
cheap fucking. And you know what? I don't even. Maybe you said he chose this look for himself.
Yeah, he did.
I can't see
He
in
was
my
trying
mind.
to envision a Joker that he would like to
There
do.
had to be makeup artists, and there had to be people there that were like, "Yo, this looks like." I work in production.
I'm pretty sure he
I
put
work
his
in
makeup on
production and
himself.
entertainment, and I know
Yeah.
what it is to do something cheap, and I know what it is to do something that's more. If they spend money on this look, bro, it looked like like when you were younger and you got the tattoos that you put on yourself. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
I hated
It
that
didn't
tattoo
even
on his
look like
hand.
a real tattoo.
That tattoo
But
on
think
his
of it
hand
this way.
was
Think of it
worse.
this way. You manage your company, but let's say you spent quite a bit of money to bring in Joaquin Phoenix to
Yeah.
go to a bar
Yeah.
or some club, and he goes, "Yeah, of course I'm doing it, but this is what I'm gonna wear."
Exactly.
You can't tell the man no.
No,
That's
you
his
can't.
choice, and you go, "Well."
That's just how it is. Yeah.
That's
But
how
you
it
know
is,
what?
him and his
Joaquin
people, and
Phoenix
you're
would
like,
never do that because
you
he's
know.
an amazing method and character actor, and he but I actually watched the behind the scenes. I haven't seen the Joker, by the way.
You
but
what?
I haven't seen it, but I've watched the whole
Let's take
director's.
the microphone
No,
away from you.
I've watched the whole director's cut behind the scenes of how it was formed and how he went into character, what he did to do it, how they partnered together to create the character, and how they just kind of let him do his own thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And allowed him
So
to
dope.
just kind of. But let me tell you something. The tailoring
You know
of the
that
suits.
scene?
And like, as they went through that, they were like, what would the Joker wear? How does he get, I really appreciated the thought that went into this. Like, how did he become this?
Yeah.
What happened? Like, how did these tones and like...
It's a clever low budget film.
You know that
I think
scene?
it's very clever.
That
It
scene in
doesn't
the
need-
bathroom
A lot of
where
people had a problem with the movie.
the scene in the bathroom where the Joker is dancing.
Really?
That's what was said.
Maybe
Passion
we
of
just,
the Christ was hard for me to watch.
because we don't make those
Christ.
kinds of movies anymore.
My dad
No.
fell asleep in that movie.
That movie was
That's because he was up at 5 a.m.
Yes!
Yeah.
because he's partying till 5 a.m.
But I mean,
He's
everybody...
And you had to tend to
It
the
was one of
roosters.
those movies that nobody said any... I remember everybody was dead
You saw Passion of the Christ in
in
theaters
the
too?
movie theater
That's
when
extreme.
it came out. Everybody in the movie theater was crying and nobody said anything, and all you heard was...
That movie was seriously
I'm like,
intense.
you're
for no
so
damn-
embarrassing!
You guys want to know what, like a fun fact? And it's not so fun, but it's a fact about the movie. Is that there was a production assistant who used to have to tape Willem Dafoe's dick to his side when he wore the loincloth. Because he has a massive cock. The biggest in the business.
Wait, it wasn't William Dafoe?
Willem Dafoe in the Passion of the Christ. It's Willem Dafoe.
No.
100%.
No.
150%.
No, it's the guy with the black hair and the blue
You
eyes.
owe me lunch. You owe me lunch.
Pull it up.
Guys,
Pull it up.
pull that shit up,
Pull
Jamie.
it up.
Pull it up,
It's the
Jamie.
guy that was in the Jennifer Lopez movie when he beats her up. That's his name, Willem Dafoe? No.
Who beats her up?
It-
Oh my God, Passion of the
Christ.
Christ, guys. I owe you lunch. I'm sorry, never mind. I was thinking Last Temptation of Christ. That's what I was curious.
We're talking about this one with Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel.
Yes.
Jim Caviezel, yeah, I'm completely wrong.
That
He doesn't
guy
have the biggest
from
dick in the
Kudos
business.
is really
Exactly.
amazing.
He might just be.
Like,
She's like, damn, I
you
really
know
did
what?
need
We're
some
gonna be.
mustard.
I'm gonna introduce you to some good sushi too.
I really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so sure of it.
Ladies,
I was so sure 'cause I-
ladies,
I was
come
thinking
here,
Last
I'm
Temptation
questioning
of
your thought.
Christ.
He
I
was
knew
so
I was
sure
right
of it.
on
He was
this.
like, yo, bro.
That was the most
Willem
male
Dafoe is the
response.
Goblin
I was like, babe,
He's
you're
the
so
guy-
wrong.
He's the guy with the teeth and the crazy
Willem
eyes.
Dafoe, yes.
Willem Dafoe.
Steve Buscemi's the other crazy eyes.
But Willem
The guy
Dafoe,
with the eyes.
biggest cock in the business.
Oh.
No.
There you guys know, yeah.
Wow. Willem Dafoe.
No.
Got Green Goblin.
How big?
Massive.
Does he call it the Green
How big-
Goblin?
Wait, tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to
You know
stop.
Spider-Man's Green Goblin?
Tell me-
Rocks it, dude.
Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop.
Um,
Tell me when to
keep
stop.
going.
Jesus, seriously? Tell me when to
No.
stop.
That's fine. No,
Tell me to
go,
stop.
go smaller. But yeah, about there. He's
No.
He's okay. She's like no. Oh.
How
What
do
a
you
doubting
know?
Debbie.
How do you know?
That's
I
it.
know.
That's it.
I know.
Did you have to tape it?
I did not tape it. No, I wouldn't do that.
Who did?
I don't think I would.
Who did?
Now
some
I'm gonna
production
start. Now I'm,
assistant
now I'm
would
gonna start. Whenever Willem Dafoe's doing a movie, I'm gonna start looking for.
tape it. The
I'm
movie's
gonna
called
look.
Last Temptation of the Christ. That's why I got it confused. He plays Christ, and it's a story of like what would have happened if he had lived a normal life with Mary Magdalene and had kids. It was a real like controversial film when it came out, like in '88. That's why I was like, you saw it in theaters. Oh, but you were talking about the Passion of the Christ. I never saw Passion of
No,
the Christ.
Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's lost his shit.
I love him in person of interest. It's a good show.
It's like the only.
Whatever happened?
Whatever happened
you
to
know,
him, he
you
went
know, okay,
crazy.
so wait, my favorite actor comedian, which I actually really liked when he first came out, and I would like some recognition for this. If you ever see this, Ryan Reynolds,
Huh?
Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place.
Oh, that's
When
right.
I saw you on that show, I was like, you're the only funny one. Really, he was, and he was the only one that actually went on to.
She had an eye on you. She knew you were gonna make it
I
big.
know, I appreciate.
She's like, this is the guy to watch.
All the way back then.
This guy is gonna be Green Lantern.
This guy right here?
This
He's
guy's
gonna be
be
Green Lantern one
I
day.
was upset when you met Blake and when you and her got married,
I'm
but
Green
I
Lantern.
think she's a good catch, and if there was anybody that I lost you to,
It would have to be Blake Lively.
This
Blake
asshole,
Lively,
he's gonna
I
be
will
Green
take
Lantern.
it,
one
He's
day.
gonna be Green Lantern.
But listen, Blake,
Yes.
if he's ever too much for you,
Damn,
got a
like
little
that.
Latin
Oh my
spice
God.
over here.
Like
Okay,
that.
and I think just
she's
even as
very
I'm
literal,
talking
a
about,
little Latin spice,
listen,
because she's like
we could be
50%
great
white.
friends, and I don't even mean that in a sexual way. I just mean it in a very friendly, anything you want to do way.
She's spicy.
Yeah.
She went to summer
He
camp
is
in
so
Alabama, guys, so.
fucking funny. He is so
Kind of
funny.
mayonnaise, too.
I love him. I adore his humor. I think
Is that your celebrity crush?
probably yeah.
Probably.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a tasty treat.
That's your celebrity crush.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah. I don't think I have Leonardo. Okay, so wait.
All right,
Leonardo,
well,
wait.
Ryan Reynolds, please come in.
Wait.
Are you sure?
I would
the girl scream with the David scream. Come on.
There would be an accident.
my pants are wet. I don't know why.
The guy.
Because she spilled coffee.
She'd shake his hand. I soiled myself. Hi. I must go change.
Okay, but you know what? I love his humor. He's sexy.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, him and oh my God, Jason.
Jason Statham.
No.
Wow.
Jason Sudeikis.
No.
Ted Lasso. Okay. Jason.
Al Pacino.
I know who she's saying. I'm going to think of other Jasons
Ozark.
though. I know. I'm not going to say his name though. Jason.
Bateman. Jason Bateman.
I was going to say Jason Momoa. Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
There you go. She's a comedy person.
I really am.
Yeah.
If you can make me laugh,
Yeah.
you're fucking a long way ahead of a lot of people.
She actually
Wow.
sits at home and by
Yeah.
herself and watches comedy stand
With white dudes.
I do.
Yeah,
White dudes.
that's dope.
She loves Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, Tom Segura. Bill Burr is one of my
When we
top
first
favorites.
started-
when we
I
first
was
started,
watching
Bill Burr
Bill
is-
Burr for a long time.
When
Back
we
when
first
he had
started the Instagram
Yeah,
page,
back
I
when
only
he
had
had
her
hair.
following him.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
A lot of
And I went through stages with you, Bill Burr. Fucking love everything, goddamn, that you do.
Yeah.
And I went through stages when he got a pit bull, when he got rid of the pit bull, when he got married.
my fucking
He's
wife.
got kids now.
They're best friends. They have
He's
each
on
other
a
on speed dial.
podcast. He's
They text every
amazing.
Sunday.
I love him
So
because.
close for your
Do
thing.
you want to know why I love him so much? Because he.
That's 45 minutes, babe.
Oh, okay. We gotta stop and,
That's 45 minutes.
re-record on the iPad. Awesome.
Word.
Word to bird.
Word to Bill Bird.
And then we'll do the claps
Where's the stop, babe?
on the iPad. Did you record?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we don't stop